Hey guys, this reading is going to be for the sign of Taurus for May 2025. Keep in mind that these are just general readings and they will not resonate with all of you. Only take the messages that resonate and discard the rest. This will be for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Take a look at all of your signs to get a clearer picture of what's going on in your life, guys. Also, this is going to be for cross-watchers as well, and all my readings are timeless, so regardless of when you see this reading is when it's right for you, regardless of the timestamp. Alright, so I already got one card, and I went ahead and kept it because I felt strongly that I was supposed to keep that card. Now, that says a lot, right? I hear that a lot of Tauruses are awakening or are on the awakening path, the spiritual awakening. So I know a lot of us have been feeling really lonely. I hear that a lot of us have lost a lot of people along the way, friends, families, co-workers, jobs, because you just didn't align with that kind of life anymore. And I feel like a lot of the Taurus collective is awakening. And even though you feel like you're one with the universe, right? Just like the card is saying, you still feel very lonely, Taurus. And I get it, because awakening is very lonely. You can't awaken other people, guys. And no matter how hard you try, people are not ready to listen to it sometimes. Sometimes you might be their spiritual guidance and their spiritual teacher or someone that will take them on the correct path. But you can't throw it on anybody, guys, no matter how much sense you make. So people are just not ready for that, you know? So I'm hearing again that it's been a very lonely path for you. And I'm hearing like 2 years for some of you, that it's been a while. That you've been, yeah, right? And the sun in reverse confirms that you just been feeling really lonely, really down. You thought that spiritually awakening was going to be like this magical thing. And don't get me wrong, guys, it is a magical thing, right? Because you learn to connect more with the universe. You learn how to be more aligned with your purpose, and you'll also be pushed towards your purpose. I'm hearing that a lot of you are a little stuck because of the sadness. They're saying that this sadness is keeping you away from like your path. I'm also hearing like purging, getting ready, undecided, huh? I feel like some of you have, with the undecided upside down like that, it means that you've already made a decision. Well, for me, right? And I also hear in my head that they're saying you've made a decision to no longer go back to the toxic people, toxic places, toxic jobs. If you guys see right here, it says forbidden. And it tells me that you were in a place that you used... I'm hearing all kinds of things in my head. Hold on, guys. So I'm trying to put it in words for you guys to understand, because they're saying that you were in a place before that is now forbidden to you. And I feel like it's more of a energy alignment thing. Like you can't go back to the things that were. Basically, I'm hearing that you, even though you feel lonely, Taurus, I hear that some of you have tried to go back to your old friends or to your old places of residence, or I feel like a lot of you have tried to reconnect with people because you're feeling a lot better, right? The awakening process is different for everyone, guys. It could take years. Myself, I've been awakening since 2019, and I feel that it's not a journey that ends. I feel like we're gonna keep awakening until probably, it's time to end this reality for ourselves, right? For us to go into another reality once we pass away. But I feel like this is your a lifelong I heard valley trip, I hear like this is a long term thing that's going to happen. You're not going to awaken in 2 years or 1 year. I feel like this is a long life, and they keep repeating it in my head. So if I keep on saying it out loud, it's because they're repeating it over and over. They're saying this is a lifelong journey. This is not something that is going to happen overnight. But they're saying, do not forget, Taurus, you have come a long way. Do not forget. Do not forget to look back and see how much your life has changed. They're saying that your gratitude and your gratefulness is what's keeping you pushing forward. And they're also saying that they know how hard it is to be grateful. They know how hard it is to be able to be in gratitude with everything that's happening in the world or what you're experiencing, right? Because it's crazy, right, that we all need to work just to exist. And I feel like a lot of Tauruses, and not just the collective of Taurus, but people in general on the earth, are awakening to this fact that we're not living, we're just surviving. We're surviving, we want to live. And I think that's the paradigm that humanity, not just Taurus, is trying to break. This paradigm of living for someone else. I heard you have to start living for yourself. I feel like a lot of Tauruses are being pushed in a new direction that's very, very uncomfortable for a lot of you. I feel like a lot of us have been stuck like in a burnout. A lot of us have been like sleeping or just not socializing. I feel like a lot of us have like went into some kind of a hermit mode, right? But I feel like it's over. I feel like you're close. For this leg of the journey anyway. So guys, don't get too excited. I'm sure there's another lesson around the corner, but that's what we do, right? As humans, that's what we're here for, to experience experiences, to level up spiritually, right? That is the whole purpose of us being here, to learn. Everything that we go through is just an experience, and we have to not, we don't get bitter here, we get better. So I like that. And that is amazing with the Ten of Swords here. I feel like this unhappiness that you've been dealing with for a really long time now, Taurus, and I'm hearing again 2 to 5 years, for a lot of you that have been awakening, and you have been feeling really alone on this path, on this journey. You feel isolated. You feel like you can't talk to anyone about what's happening to you, about being able to see. Basically, what I'm seeing in my head, guys, is that I feel like you could see the actual Matrix. I'm seeing like parts of like the movie, the Matrix movie. Like you could see like codes, and it might be for different for all of you. You might be experiencing it in different ways, but I'm feeling like a lot of you are like figuring out the cheat codes for the reality that we're in, like how to make money or how to attract the spirit of money, right? Because money is an energy like anything else. And I feel like that is one of the biggest things that Taurus is trying to figure out right now. The cheat code to how to attract money or get more money or make more money. There's something about money that is very important to Taurus. It feels like a lot of you think that money is going to be like the solution for all your problems. But I'm hearing also that the universe is saying that isn't 100%. Yeah, money will make your life easier, they're saying, but it's not going to resolve the issues. And it's not issues. They're saying like lessons. They're saying it's not going to resolve all the lessons and all the spiritual challenges that you have up ahead, but it does make it a little bit easier. So I'm hearing that for a lot of you, spirit is joining in with you, and your spirit team is joining in with you. I hear that a lot of you have been trying to manifest money because you do feel that if you had an unlimited amount of money or an unlimited amount of resources, or the fact that you wouldn't have to worry about money, you feel like you could focus more on your journey. And I feel like your spirit team agrees with that, Taurus. Forever who's resonating with this, your spirit team agrees with the fact that you can't be in survival mode to help the masses, right? You can only help yourself when you're in survival mode. And I feel like your spirit team is saying, you're right, Taurus. you need to get out of survival mode in order to help your people. I'm hearing, and I'm hearing a lot of you talking again to the spirit of money, asking this the money energy to come to you, and me personally, guys, I know I have a lot of money blocks, things that I was raised with, about money being bad, money being evil, and all that stuff. I've already learned to resolve that. I've already learned to acknowledge the fact that money isn't evil. It's just an energy, right? Whoever uses it, that's, whether it's used for good or evil, kind of like a weapon, right? You could use it for good or for evil. And money is that way. But I feel like a lot of you Tauruses have been taught that money is bad. People with money are bad. People with money are greedy. I feel like we have all these. I heard pre-recorded messages, but I think the word would be more like programming, right? Programming from the time you were born, letting people just in your family saying people with money are no good or people with money are greedy, and they're really like making a point of this, guys. So I don't know if there's one of you out there that is having a hard time getting rid of your money blocks, and they're bringing this up. They're bringing up the fact that you grew up with a certain story around money, right? Around the fact that money is not a good thing, that it's evil. And I hear that a lot of you are trying to change that. Let's see. And like I said, your spirit team already agrees with that. And they're going to help you with the money situation, I heard. All right, so let me go ahead and take out another row. But I feel like you've made a decision about something too. I feel like you made the decision to no longer wallow in misery or in like a victim mentality with these cards here, right? Actually, these go together and these go over here. But I'm feeling like you're thawing out, right? With this card here, it says cold as ice. I feel like you're giving humanity more, not acceptance, like an understanding. I feel like compassion. There we go. That's the word that they were trying to give me. I feel like you now feel more compassion for humanity because you realize that everybody's going through a struggle. Everybody's going through something, right? And we just don't know about it. And I feel that now that you know that you're not alone in this, I feel like you have like more compassion or more, not pity, like, because I'm seeing faces and I have to come up with what word I feel with the faces that I'm seeing. Like, yeah, it just keeps coming up over and over. Compassion, understanding. Everybody has their own road or their own paths to take, and you can't really divert people. You can only give them like advice and try to lead them in the right direction, but you really can't do that much to change people's lives. And I feel like particular Taurus in particular has issues with the fact that friends come to them for like advice, and then your friends don't listen to you, and they will go ahead and do what you consider is the wrong thing, and and has disastrous results. I am feeling like a lot of Tauruses in have had issue with like letting go. And when they're showing me in my head, they're showing like letting go of other people's lives, like letting go of their direction. I know you want to save these people, Taurus. I know you want the best for them. And that's why you're giving them advice. And I know that that's why a lot of you are trying to awaken other people. But once again, guys, you cannot do anything to change other people. You only have control over yourself and what you have to offer the world. All you can do is give them advice, educate them, and it's really up to people to change themselves if they even want it or if they're even ready. It might not even be part of their journey this lifetime. We don't know. The universe is mysterious, right? We really don't know what our soul contracts are here, so you can't push people to awaken sooner than they're scheduled. I heard sooner than their scheduled programming. So different people will get downloads at different times. And I know that the cards, the universe brought that up at the beginning with the awakening card, right? And they just wanted to bring it up again. But I hear that you're learning how to... I heard manifest, but at the same time, you're having trouble with your manifestations because of your vibration fluctuating so much. I hear that it goes up and down, up and down. I hear right now that you're like in a down spiral. So, but they're also telling you that the decision that you made to get out of this downward spiral is something that you're really pushing forward with, especially with the Ten of Swords here. This is the end of the worst, right? The worst has just passed. You've already experienced the worst of it, right? For this round, I heard, oh no, guys. Yeah. You know, it takes a lot to awaken. There's a lot of lessons and a lot of reprogramming that the universe has to do. And sometimes it's very painful, guys. It doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path or that you're not doing the right thing just because you're experiencing pain or because things are not going how you think they should go. Because the universe says that they're saying it in my head, guys, and it sounds condescending. I'm not even gonna say that it doesn't, but they're like, we know what's best for you. That's what I heard in my head, guys. They're like, we know what's best for you. We know what path. We're trying to keep you on your path. We're trying to get you to fulfill your soul contract, I heard. So your team's job is to keep you on path, right? And that's what they're doing. And they're saying it again. We know what's best for you. So if you guys want your spirit team to help you in any way or the universe, do not forget, guys, you have to give them permission, right? They know what's best for you. What I usually tell my spirit team is, please change things for my highest good. Change, as you guys see fit. That's what I tell them. So, and it usually works. But sometimes, it's more painful than you realize because your team is trying to get you on the correct path, right? They're trying to get your vibration higher, because I hear that to get more money, they're bringing up the money thing again. I hear to get more money, you have to level up. I keep hearing you have to level up. You have to get on a higher path, higher learning. I heard like esoteric knowledge. I probably didn't even say that word right. Esoteric. I feel like you have a lot of studying to do still, or knowledge or downloads that you still need to get before you're like done with this particular lesson of this trip. I heard this leg of the trip. All right, so let me go ahead and take out one more card and see if they want to talk about anything else or if they want to keep repeating what they're saying. If they keep repeating, then I'm going to go ahead and end it. But if they still have more to say, guys, I'll go ahead and probably take on another row. And, this matches perfectly what we're talking about here, especially with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands doesn't always necessarily represent a person. This is representing your creativity. With it being upside down like this, like I said, in reverse, it matches up here, right? The sadness, right? The sadness of the lessons that you're going through, because this is not easy, right? And something came up in my head that I'm going to mention. And I don't know why I think it's funny, but the strongest of God's soldiers, that's what we are, right? So they feel like you're strong enough to go through with this, to get through with this. And I'm hearing a lot of you crying, screaming out to the universe, why is this happening? Why are these things happening? And it's funny because they're saying that it's for your own good, that the pain will only be temporary, right? But this pain that you're having a hard time letting go, because I feel like you've been through a lot of lessons. They're bringing up the thing that you've lost a lot of people. You've lost a lot of friends, a lot of family members. I hear some of you are not even talking to families anymore. This awakening journey has been very lonely for you, Taurus, but it's almost to an end, right? Like I mentioned before, especially with the Ten of Swords here, it's almost coming to an end. So there's going to be like a period of, what's the word I was thinking of? Like, because right now you're being prepared, right? You're being prepared for your abundance. You're being sorry, got tongue tied. You're being prepared to step on the correct path. So this pain is not for nothing, guys. There's just lessons. There's limited beliefs, and they keep screaming that right now. They're saying limited beliefs, things that you believe, programming from when you were from birth. They're talking about that money thing again, the money blocks. Yeah, so they're repeating it all over again. And like I mentioned before, this matches these up here, this blockage in your creativity. I'm getting like this is your creativity and it's being blocked by this sadness that you're going to push through. I know that you're going to push through, Taurus. They want to give you they want to give you a congratulations and a pat on the back because this was hard. This was hard. This was not easy. And you're not even at the end yet, but it's close, right? So you're not going to be feeling down like this more. And the words are coming up really weird in my head. So if my wording seems weird, it's because I'm trying to get out the messages and they start talking about something else. Anyways, so I feel like the time is almost here, right? And they're saying ascension, and they're saying leveling up, and they're saying above, up, high. So they're bringing up a lot of things about leveling up into okay, so they're saying that you're leveling up, right? And it's painful, and they're bringing it up again, and they're starting to repeat it again. So get happy. No, I'm just playing. like it's that easy, right? So no, but that is the point, right? They're saying that you need to get out of this. They're saying that you're stuck on this, almost the end of the level, right? But you've already decided that you're gonna push through. You don't care if it hurts. You want it to be over. You're gonna push through these lessons, and you're so close, Taurus. I feel like you've been doing a lot of purging. I don't know if a lot of you have been, because I see a lot of you crying and asking for help from the universe and saying, what is up, universe? I feel like a lot of you have like cussed the universe out, like what is happening, universe? What is going on? I thought my life was supposed to get better. Why isn't it getting better? But they're saying that it will get better. You just have to follow through. They're saying again, you have to follow through with the healing. They brought up meditation. They brought up taking care of yourself. They said that taking care of yourselves helps with your vibration also. So they're saying get enough sleep, rest. And they're like giving me a health lecture in my head, and I'm not gonna lie, I deserve that. I have been laying around not doing nothing, but for those of you that are resonating with this, they're saying that you have to push through, right? Push through this sadness. And I know it's hard. I know it's easier said than done, but they're also saying that they're there for you. They're there for you. Just talk to them. Ask them for what you want. Don't forget to give permission, guys. They're always with you. The divine always has your back. The universe always has you back. Do not forget, guys. They're always working in your favor. There is nothing that the universe is doing to make things bad for you. They're trying to get you onto the correct path, align you with your highest good. And sometimes those limited beliefs and those old ideas about yourself and family and the paradigm of this reality, they're things that have to be broken, and sometimes those things hurt, right? Those paradigms, those programmings, they hurt when you no longer have them. I feel like a lot of you feel like you're just blowing in the wind and have no direction, but it's okay. You're there. You're almost there, guys. This block that you're having, because they're bringing it up again, this block that you're having, it's almost gone, right? They say that you're like a take charge kind of person, a born leader. And once you come out of this, I feel like you're going to be like, and it might not be for all of you, but a lot of you, I feel like you guys are going to be some kind of spiritual teacher, leading the ways for others, or helping others by writing about your journey. And I'm hearing some of you have to like journal or keep detailed records of your spiritual awakening to help others. I'm hearing like journaling, or I hear that some of you are writing a book about awakening. Shows the universe is like leading you towards that path. Wow, I love that for us, guys. But yeah, they're repeating that over and over now. They're saying that you're almost there. Do not give up, Taurus, because all this pain and loneliness is just leveling up to where you need to be, guys. All right. So those are all the messages I have for you, my dear Tauruses. Thank you so much for coming today. I know we can do this. We're almost out of it, guys, because I am resonating with this too. But it was great to be able to do this reading for you guys. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.